We back. Let's get this motivation going. Been a while since I done a motivational talk. Motivational talk. This one is for a woman that I know, a police officer, who's been going through loads of ups and downs, losing a brother, losing a father, losing friends. And I want to give her a shout out and an uplift and say that never forget that no matter how low it gets, you survived every single one of them. You survived every single one of them. And you'll survive this one. It's hard though. It's always darkest right before the dawn. And what does that really mean? If you think about it, it's always darkest right before the dawn. It's always the lowest point right before the breakthrough. Right before the breakthrough. I'm back here in the UK. I'm back in England. Been traveling for 3.5 weeks. Almost a month I've been out of the country. And I got to get myself up. I'm at the gym. Working out. I did work out a little bit, but I wasn't consistent. It's hard to be consistent when I'm out of the country. Because I'm always traveling. I'm eating crap. So I figured, hey, what way to attack that 14 pounds, that one stone? Man, she thick, boy. Woo! Oh, man. That should be a crime. What was that? Motivation. Set goals, write them down, communicate them, tell them. So it's always darkest right before the dawn. Think about that. That's when you get to your lowest point in life. You'll never know when it's there. You'll never know. But man, when you look back, you realize that was the darkest point of your life. Grief is hard. I went and saw Doctor Strange the other day. And the thing I kept saying about the whole thing about Wanda Maximoff, this fictional character, of course, was she just needs grief counseling. She lost everything. The man she loved, the children she loved, but she doesn't know how to deal with grief. Grief is a hard thing to deal with. We all deal with it different ways. There's no right way to deal with grief. There's definitely some wrong ways to deal with grief. That's for sure. There's no right way to deal with it. You just have to find a way to push through those darkest moments, because it's always darkest right before the dawn, which means the breakthrough is right there. It's on its way. It's coming. The breakthrough will be there. So for my friend who's going through a very dark time in her life, this is for you. Never give up. Never quit. Just know that you've survived every darkest moment in your life. You've pushed through, and you've come through the other side a better person, a better woman. Can you even say woman these days? I don't know. Who knows? Crazy world we live in. But the point remains the same. Be motivational. Find a reason to get up. Find a reason to get moving. Find a reason to do something that you don't want to do. Here I am, jet lagged like a mother. And I was sitting there going, I just woke up. It's 11:30. I literally just rolled out of bed. And I'm tired because I went out last night after landing in the country and stayed out till about 2 in the morning, maybe even 3. And so I had every reason not to come to this gym. But I said, you know what? I can push through. I feel fat. I feel out of shape. So that has to be the low boy. That got to be the moment I push through. I think everybody can push through. It's called mental fortitude. Fortitude. Look it up. What does the word fortitude mean? You know, and if you have fortitude, and if you can have mental fortitude, you push through anything. You push through anything. The darkest moments. It's always darkest before the dawn. And I remember being as a kid, and I heard that kind of saying. I think I heard it in Batman. You know, the Christian Bale movies. I was like, how can it be darkest? At the dawn, the sun is coming up. And every time you're outside at dawn, you know, sun's coming up. So it's not that dark. It's darkest in the, me, I'm like, oh, it's darkest in the middle of the night. But now as an adult, a full-fledged man, I understand what that means. Right before you see that daylight, that's the moment you come out that dip. You know? Man, she's there. Wow. Should be a crowd. Oh, I'm live. Ooh. So, we rolling. We're gonna push through. We're gonna have the mental fortitude. You know? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find reasons to get up, to push forward, move through the pain. We're gonna find those reasons. You should be the reason for somebody today to do something. Maybe this video, whether it reaches 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, be the reason today why somebody does something positive in this world today. Be that reason. You could be it. You know, I got hit the other day with, by my cousin, Luciano, called himself Luciano. And I never knew this. He just told me how much he looks up to me. And it meant a lot. And we chilling, we family. But it never dawned on me that like I was his inspiration because I'm older than him. And I said, that's funny because when I look at you and what you're doing in your life, you motivate me. You are an inspiration to me. Here he is. He has custody of his son. His son lives with him. And that's something I would always want. And so he's motivation to me. He's inspiration to me. So you never know who you can inspire. So go out there, try to inspire somebody today. Today, guys. Let's inspire somebody today. Let's do something today that pushes somebody to do something great. And I could just be like, I'm just gonna tell somebody that they're my motivation, that I look up to them. That right there could be the thing that pushes somebody out of a dark slot, that makes the sun come up. That little words telling somebody how much you appreciate them, how much you watch them move and shake in this world, how they motivate you. Because I've had people tell me how motivational I am. They tell me, hey, I work too much, I'm always traveling. That is true. It's a true statement. But there's people who constantly come on my channel and I interact with, and the things that they tell me or the things I can gain from what they say, it's pretty amazing what they do. Whew, I gotta lose some weight. I'm scared to even look on the scale. For 3-4 weeks of traveling will do that to you. You eat bad, you make an excuse. So just so you guys know, who watch this video today, right now live, or people who watch it later in the day, which tends to happen. I am cutting out as much sugar as possible this week. I'm on like a 7-day fast of sugar. 7-day fast. I've done almost 5 months of no alcohol. I got another month to go. So if I can do no alcohol, I can do no sugar. No sugar is hard because it's snuck into a lot of foods. It's snuck into a lot of things we drink. So the goal is zero sugar, but within reason. Get it as close to zero as possible. And no carbs. I'm having a no carbs this week. I'm blitzing it hard this week. I gotta lose this weight. I don't think I can do like 3 weeks. Yeah, Carly, it's gym session today. It's gym session, Carly. Whew. I'm trying to hit this for about another 5 minutes, just running. Then I'm gonna hit the weights and just try to do what I can to motivate today. But like I said at the beginning of this video, it's always the darkest right before the dawn. And this video is dedicated to a woman that I know who is going through a very hard time in her life right now with death and loss of people. And she feels like everything negative is happening to her. And so whether she sees this video or she doesn't, I want her to know one way or the other that I'm thinking about her, that she's in my thoughts, that she motivates me, but I'm trying to uplift her at the same time. You know, losing loved ones is hard, very hard for a lot of people. And you can always feel like the world is crashing on you, but it doesn't have to be. You have support systems around you. You have people that care about you. You have people that look up to you. And that was part of this conversation. Is I have a cousin that looks up to me. Well, I had no idea was looking up to me. But at the same time, I was honestly able to tell him I look up to him and what he does. So we never know who's watching us. We never know who's watching us. We never know who's gaining inspiration from us. And that's important. You know, we're so busy going. We're always so busy moving and moving and moving and moving, right? But you don't ever know who's watching you for motivation. You know? You never know. Oh, man, I can feel all the fat I've been eating over the last month slushing around in my belly. The sad part is this is just a warm-up. But I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. I probably need to go do 20 burpees, which I hate. Oh, I'm tired, guys. I really am. I can come up with any excuse in the world why not to be in the gym, why not to work out. But, you know, it's interesting trivia. I'm going to go horseback riding at some point. Another friend of mine, she does horses. She does horse training. She said she would come let me ride the horses. Congratulations. You lost a stone. That's fantastic. 3 hours walking. That's fantastic, Harley. Jesus, do you understand like the motivation you just given me? You know, the motivation that has just like lifted my spirits up. That you lost a stone. If you can lose a stone, I can lose a stone, right? If you can be healthy, I can be healthy. And we can push each other. Which is what it's all about. You know? Tell you what, I went out last night and it's funny being in the club. I haven't been in the club in years. And I'm hearing all the songs that I used to dance to back in the mid 2000s. And they still hitters. They still bumping. But yeah, man, she thick. Woo! Jeez. There's my motivation right there. Wow. Woo. But yeah. All right, let's hit it for a little bit more, a little more jogging. This is just a warm up. So, so no sugar in my diet. Trying to get it down to zero, as close to zero as I can. But let's remember, it's always the darkest before the dawn. Think about what that statement really, really means. It's always the darkest right before the dawn. So if you're in a rut, if you're low, if you are in a bad spot financially, if you're in a bad spot spiritually, if you're in a bad spot relationship-wise, if you're in a bad spot, this could be the low. This could be the low. This could be the low. This could be the dawn. But make it the dawn. What I've learned is you gotta make it the dawn. You know, luck isn't a force. Newton and Einstein has never discovered the force of luck. Doesn't mean people aren't lucky. People can be lucky, but there's no force called luck. Luck always finds itself in the shadows of hard work, in the shadows of dedication. That's where luck is found. Luck is found then. Hard work, dedication. The more you do that, the luckier you get. I was talking to a woman last night at the club. She was a bit drunk, and she was definitely flirting. But I told her how I played football, American football, and how I rose to the ranks, and how, you know, I went all the way through the highest of ranks you can get in American football. Went to the highest levels, and didn't last long at the highest levels. Don't get me wrong. I didn't last long at the highest levels. That's always the question you get. Well, why'd you stop playing? Well, sometimes they stop picking you. But what I told you is what separates a lot of people at the highest levels, whether it was football in this country or football in America. What really separates the people that have longevity at the highest levels is that dedication, hard work. You know, skill, athletic ability is always there. You don't get to the highest levels without having athletic ability. But what separates the two? Yeah. All right, wish you luck. Have fun swimming. Swimming is very important. This weather's great. Looks like I brought some weather from Dubai because it's looking nice and hot outside. So I'm not going to spend too much time in this gym. But it feels good to be in the gym. But what was I saying about the lady at the club? Oh, yeah. You know, flirting on me on the club. But we had a good conversation. I just said, you know, to make it to those levels, you can do it, but you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. You want to play professionally? You want to play at the highest levels? It's the work. It's the work. What separates everybody. And it's the same business. It's the same in corporate, I almost said corporate America. It's the same in corporate Britain. You know, the people that rise in companies, they put in that work. They dedicate themselves to their craft. So you just have to dedicate yourself to your craft, whatever that craft may be. I don't judge anybody, whether they're the janitor or the CEO. I treat everybody the same, equally and fair, and talk to them at all levels. And that's what came through last night when I was with a bunch of old people I used to work with, because I was 2 levels above them when I worked with them. I was 2 levels above them. And so their managers reported to me. And, you know, they said, man, we always appreciated you because out of everybody, you're the only one on the group that we actually invited. You're the only leader that was actually in the team's group because you treated us like a team. You treat us like everybody else, like we want to be treated. That's just always been my philosophy. in leadership is as you rise to executive level, you still should be able to remember that you started at the bottom. You should always be able to talk to these people just like that, relate to what they're going through, because you remember going through that same crap. Hated it then, so you should hate it now. And you should be, if you're in a position of power, to make it better, because you remember it. But I always found that people that move up in leadership levels, they forget. They forget what it was like to be down there struggling. Whew. Whew. My money on my mind. So, that was my warm-up. I'm not going to record anymore. I'm about to leave this live because I need to really start working. I got another 30 minutes. But be the motivation for somebody today. Do something positive. Let me hit these burpees. Real quick. And go from there. So I got to figure it out. But have a good day. Peace.